Now, come on, Jasmine, sing. You, an illiterate middle school graduate with only a part-time job experience. Wow, I don't think you have a beautiful singing voice. My mother-in-law looked at me with a smirk and stared at me. Well, humiliation can help you get better sometimes, you know. I have a degree in music, and I am offering you a special opportunity to sing at this family gathering. I won't help you even if you cry. It's your fault that you were uneducated. How ugly you will sound in front of these guests. I can't wait. All eyes on me at once, including relatives I am not familiar. I feel myself choking up. I was nervous, but also very excited. I would be able to defeat my smirking mother-in-law with my favorite song. I took a deep breath. My name is Jasmine. I live with my husband Trevor, our 4-year-old daughter Ivy, and my mother-in-law. We've been married for 4 years. I have been working part-time at a cafe since I graduated from junior high school. Trevor was a regular customer at the cafe where I worked. We fell in love a short time after we got to know each other. After a few years of dating, Trevor and I were blessed with a new life together, and we decided to get married. I went to Trevor's parents' house to say hello. I am so happy to have a beautiful daughter. Thank you for marrying my son. Back then, my mother-in-law greeted me with such kindness. I was glad she's a kind mother. I was sure we were going to get along just fine. I was so happy and relieved. Soon after, I gave birth to my daughter. At the same time, we decided to move in with my in-laws. I was anxious about raising a child for the first time, with both parents working. I thought that we would be able to help each other with this kind mother. So I willingly agreed to live with her. But this was the beginning of my days in hell. Hey, Jasmine, if you were home, prepare dinner right away. What? This tastes disgusting. You are truly incapable of making a good income. That's why I hate middle school graduates. Ever since I moved in with my parents-in-law, my mother-in-law has changed drastically. My mother-in-law, who used to be kind to me, started to be hard on me as if she had changed. Because she didn't like me. A part-time worker with a middle school diploma. Trevor and I both work, and I come home every day just as tired as Trevor. But she orders me to make dinner, criticizes the taste of the food, and even complains about my salary. On weekends, my mother-in-law would often take Trevor and Ivy away from home while I was still asleep. I spent a lonely weekend by myself every time. Jasmine is tired from her daily chores, so let's let her sleep. Said so. She plays the caring mother-in-law. Seems like Trevor is completely fooled by her act. Hey, Mom is just being nice to you, you know. I don't think you should complain, Jasmine. You're a bit rude. I insisted to Trevor that I wanted to spend weekends with Ivy, but he wouldn't take me seriously. My mother-in-law is just trying to keep Ivy and me away from each other. As a mother, I was sad that my precious time with my beloved daughter was being taken away. As the month went by, Ivy, now 4 years old, asked me, Mommy, are you fighting with Grandma? What, honey? Why? Grandma said Mommy's being mean to her. Huh? I don't know what she's talking about. By this time, my mother-in-law had started to talk shit about me to Ivy. She is the one being mean to me. Oh, I remember. I think we had a bit of a fight the other day. I'm sorry, Ivy. I'll apologize to Grandma soon. So don't worry, okay? All I could do was say so. Then one day, Ivy was going to sing a song at the kindergarten recital. Since I'm a good singer, I promised to teach Ivy how to sing the following weekend. Yay! Mommy is going to teach me! I can't wait! My mother-in-law has been depriving me of my weekend time with Ivy for so long. This weekend, we could be together. I couldn't wait for the weekend to come. But on the morning of the long-awaited weekend, I saw the worst possible sight. Come here, Ivy. Grandma will teach you a song. My mother-in-law was about to take Ivy to her room. Hey, wait a minute, please. I promised Ivy that I would teach her to sing today. I hurried to stop her, but my mother-in-law turned around and said, What? How can you teach her to sing? You are only a junior high graduate and a part-time worker, right? Again, my mother-in-law made fun of my career. Well, singing has nothing to do with that, don't you think? I couldn't resist retorting, but my mother-in-law snickered and continued. I graduated from a famous music school. Don't you think I'm more qualified than you, who has no education? My mother-in-law looks down at me with her hand over her mouth as if she were a noblewoman. Maybe you're right. I think you were great. But Ivy was looking forward to singing with me today. In response to my desperate plea, my mother-in-law's words came out as a shock to me. But Jasmine, Ivy would rather have me than you know? Isn't that right, Ivy? When my mother-in-law asked her, my daughter, who had been silent until then, opened her mouth and said, Sorry, Mommy. I want Grandma to teach me today. I was so shocked that I couldn't find the words. Mommy, I'm sorry. I came back to myself at the sound of Ivy's anxious voice. Oh, it's okay, honey. Then have fun with Grandma, okay? Okay. I forced a smile to reassure Ivy. My mother-in-law closed the door as if she was proud of her victory. The day of the recital, Ivy successfully sang a Twinkle Twinkle, a song my mother-in-law had taught her. You sang very well, Ivy. My mother-in-law was so proud of her. I, too, was proud of Ivy, but I felt a certain discomfort. Of course, it was my daughter's singing voice, so it was very lovely and wonderful. But I honestly felt that it was the same as usual, even though it was taught by someone who graduated from a music school. That was my honest impression. When I came home from the recital, my mother-in-law said to Ivy, Hey, Ivy, this Sunday, all of Grandma's friends and relatives are coming over. Why don't you let them hear you sing, just like the recital? Huh, you just want to show off in front of your friends and relatives, don't you? I thought to myself. But sweet Ivy doesn't know that, and answers innocently. Okay, I will sing for them. I'll be good. My mother-in-law smiles at my daughter with satisfaction. And then she said to me with a creepy smile, So, Jasmine, you heard that, right? Make sure you prepare the dishes for the guests. What a selfish woman. That night, I made a secret request to Ivy. The next Sunday, I woke up early and got busy with the preparation for the gathering. Trevor helped me too. My mother stayed in her room with Ivy because she had to practice for the last time. I am not the one who initiated this recital, and I am the one who has been so busy. Soon after, my mother-in-law's friends and relatives came to visit one after another. As soon as everyone was there, my mother-in-law started to show off Ivy's song and boast about her grandchild. Come on, Ivy, sing a song for everyone. When Ivy sang, the place was filled with applause. Isn't her voice beautiful? I taught her how to sing. Then, Ivy said to her grandma, who was bragging non-stop, Grandma, let's sing together. Well, let's sing together then. My mother-in-law looked a little puzzled, but she and Ivy started singing nursery rhymes together. That night, I had secretly asked Ivy for a favor. Hey, Ivy, Mommy wants to listen to Grandma's singings too. Can you ask Grandma to sing for me next Sunday? Sure. I want to listen to Grandma's singing too. I was genuinely curious about my mother-in-law's singing ability. She had graduated from a music college. But my mother-in-law taught Ivy how to sing, and her singing wasn't that good. I questioned my mother-in-law's singing ability itself. Sure enough, my mother-in-law's singing was not that good. For better or worse, she was just average. Well, I'm not used to singing nursery rhymes, so... A strange atmosphere filled the room. My mother-in-law's gaze wandered as she made excuses. And when she saw me, she grinned as if she had found her prey. How about you sing, Jasmine? What? Me? It hits me immediately. You are trying to cover up your inadequacy by humiliating me. Well, I don't think you have a beautiful singing voice. 'Cause you, an uneducated middle school graduate with only a part-time job experience. I have a degree in music, and I'm offering you a special opportunity to sing. You won't get another chance like this. You should be grateful. Well, I bet you will end up humiliating yourself though. I won't help you even if you cry. It's your fault. You are a middle school graduate. Now, let's see how ugly your singing could be in front of all these guests. I can't wait. My father-in-law talked fast in my ear. She forced me to stand in front of the guests. Now, come on, Jasmine, sing. All of my mother-in-law's friends and relatives were looking at me at once. My mother-in-law, wanting to humiliate me in front of these people, looked at me with a smirk on her face. I took a deep breath and began to sing. The next moment, everyone in the room gasps for air. I knew that they were listening to my singing. I sang a song by a very famous artist that everyone had heard at least once. In fact, I was confident in my voice, having once aspired to be a voice actor. I sang the song perfectly. My mother-in-law's friends and relatives burst into applause. They all seemed surprised at my singing ability. As for my mother-in-law, her face was pale and she was embarrassed. Instead of being embarrassed, I was the one who ended up being praised. No wonder. What? Why? How can you sing so well? I answered my mother-in-law, who was in shock with a trembling voice. Well, I wanted to be a voice actor, and I had a lot of training with my voice, including singing. I was also in the church choir since I was small. I even won a prize in a competition. You never told me that. I continued. But you know, I was sure you must be a better singer than me. 'Cause you graduated from a music college, right? I would really love to listen to you sing a song. This time, choose a song in your specialty, please.
Grandma, I want to hear you sing too.
Then Ivy joined in. I can't. After hearing her sing like that, my mother-in-law looks around for help, breaking out in a cold sweat. But her friends and relatives are all looking expectantly at her, a graduate of a music college. My mother-in-law sighed at her inescapable situation and began to sing without any choice. Her singing was even worse than I expected. The people were giving her cold stares. It can't be helped. I majored in piano. Yes, the fact that my mother-in-law majored in piano, but she was not good at singing. Then Ivy said to her grandma, who was in a hurry to make excuses,
"Oh, Grandma, you are not a good singer, are you?"
My mother-in-law's face turned pale when her proud grandchild said that to her. Trevor, my husband, looked uncomfortable at the situation. Ivy continued,
"Grandma, you said Mommy was too stupid to sing, didn't you? You always said that Mommy was mean to you. But wasn't it you, Grandma, being mean to my Mommy?"
What? Ivy? As if interrupting his mother, Trevor opened his mouth. Ivy, sweetheart? Can you tell Daddy more about this? Then Ivy began to desperately talk about all the abusive things my mother-in-law had said to me in her poor language. She understood that my mother-in-law had always been hard on me, and she was hurt even as a child.
"I thought if I play with Grandma, then Grandma won't be mean to Mommy. So I told Grandma I wanted her to teach me singing. But she kept saying mean things about Mommy, and I didn't like that."
The only reason Ivy chose my mother-in-law over me that weekend was to protect me from her. Ivy's thoughtfulness choked both Trevor and me to the bone. Trevor quietly told my mother-in-law, who seems to be at a loss for words, "Mom, you've been deceiving me, haven't you? By putting on a good face in front of me. I can't live with someone who hurts my family. Jasmine, I'm sorry I didn't understand you when you asked me for help. Let's get out of here and live just the three of us." Trevor's words brought me relief that I was finally free from my mother-in-law. Wait, Trevor! I'll apologize. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I'm your mother. My mother-in-law's voice echoed vainly in the silence. A few months have passed since then. My mother-in-law and I are no longer living together. We have not informed her of our new address. Me and Trevor, we're still busy working as usual. But now, I can spend time with Ivy on weekends, and I feel happier than ever. I want to spend more time with Ivy than my mother-in-law has ever taken from me. As for my mother-in-law, since that day, she has lost the trust of all her friends and relatives, and no one wants to spend time with her anymore. Rumors about that day have spread throughout the neighbors, and she seemed to have completely isolated herself from the rest of the family. I feel sorry for her, but she got what she deserved. I hope she learns to understand people's pain a little better. One weekend, as a family of 3, we are going to a musical. We hadn't been to a musical since we got married, and we're so excited we can take Ivy there. Maybe this will be an opportunity for her to say she wants to be a musical star. I can't wait to to see what the future holds for my precious daughter. Thank you for watching to the end. Please subscribe to our channel if you like. See you in the next video.